motoring campaigner and London mayoral candidate Howard Cox joins us in the studio now. Thank you so much for joining us, Howard. Let our audience know where it is you stand on motoring.
Well, have you got about 3 hours?
No, mate, we haven't. 5 minutes, Harry. Good to have you on.
Yeah, but congratulations on your new show. And
Thank
good
you,
luck,
my friend.
going forward. Yeah, it's simple. I mean, I've been campaigning for 13 years, and Jeremy knows that very well. And we managed to get a fuel duty freeze in that time, and it's great. We stopped £200 billion worth of tax rises that were planned by both parties. It was going to. David Cameron back in 2010 when he got elected, he wasn't getting rid of what at the time was the fuel price escalator, which was inflation plus 2p per litre. And to put it bluntly, 37 million drivers in this country, they all vote. And isn't it funny, we're a year away from election, suddenly we've got all these wonderful anti-driver policies almost being overturned. What's going on?
I mean, they will say, oh, Jez, you've only just started, you're being cynical. It's cupboard love. This is, I mean, motorists, you're right, 37 million. What do we have Sunak last week saying? I'm going to delay the sale of new cars and diesel cars. I'm going to do this. I don't want any 20-mile-per-hour speed limits like that idiot Drakeford's done in Wales. But the truth is he just trying to buy popularity, or does he... That's the problem for me, Howie, about Sunak. I'm not sure whether any of it's genuine or he's trying to buy votes. That's my issue.
They've been in government for 13 years, and suddenly in the 12th year, we got to this situation where they're being opportunistic. And, I mean, I'm sorry to say, 3 months ago, the Competitions and Market Authority agreed to introduce my pump watch campaign, which is profiteering, to stop the opportunistic profiting that goes on at the pumps. We all know that happens. We haven't got the clue. You get £1.65 at one place, £1.45 another place. How the hell does that happen? Why haven't they introduced that? Grant Shapps was getting all of the oil companies and all of the supermarkets round the table to say how we're going to introduce this, and we'll do it voluntarily so we won't put too much pressure on you. And I agree with that. But it hasn't happened. What we need now in the autumn statement coming up in November the 22nd, Jeremy Hunt, you're talking to him later, ask him, will he cut fuel duty? Just ask that question.
I'm going to write that down.
Okay,
Will you cut fuel? Now, listen, actually, one thing I want to say to you, Nicola, you've got to keep really, really quiet here. I only mean that. No. You're taking on that dreadful man in London, aren't you, Sadiq Khan? You're representing the Reform Party. We can't be, politically pro or anti whatever. But London, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Well, Les, I mean, it cost them that election. They were supposed to win Boris's old seat. It's a big, big thing, isn't it?
Absolutely right. And it's taken a lot. I was asked by Nigel Farage and Richard Tice to say, would I like to do it because of what I've been doing campaigning. Even The Guardian admitted I'm probably the most successful lobbyist in the last 10 years in terms of...
Good for you.
And I'm proud of that, but I'm not a politician. I'm an honest guy, I'm afraid. Politician and honesty...
Not sure they ride together.
No, that's right. But yes, you're right. And what we're going to do, I'm going to get rid of all ULEZ, not just the extension, the whole...
Good man. Get rid of it. Go. I'll leave that to you, Nicola.
And ULEZ is not just a London issue, because here on Talk Today, we don't want to just feel like we're just talking about, the London-centric bubble, because it's something that could potentially be rolled out to other cities, and parts of it already has been rolled out. What's your stance on that?
My stance is that it's ridiculous, because we all know that we're responsible for 1% of the emissions in this whole of the world.
But we do outsource a lot of our emissions.
You're absolutely right. Yeah. OK, well, let's bring a bit back by having cheaper fuel. And
is it wrong to suggest, Howard, that actually it's just a money-making thing from Khan? You make a really good point about the rest of the United Kingdom. But here's my thing about Sadiq Khan. I'm proud to say it. If you're that terrified that diesel cars are going to kill people, stick to that. You're also saying, if you pay me £12.50, I don't care what you do with your car. It's not right, is it?
Bring in your dirty diesel, give me the money. In case it is a cash.
And that will attack the poorest people, the length and breadth of the country.
But the majority of cars aren't affected, or the majority of drivers in London aren't affected by ULEZ. I'm just putting forward the alternative point of view.
I expected that there's 1 million cars are affected, and most of those are owned by low-income people.
But the
care workers, midwives, all those sorts of people.
I love you, Howard Cox. No buts, it's got to be butter.
I'm going to have another but. Ultimately, the people with the lowest incomes in London don't drive at all.
That is absolute rubbish.
You know what it is?
Absolute rubbish.
Rubbish. We go back to what I said earlier, and I was saying to Peter Carball, this is my point. It's all well and good to talk about, we'll do this here, it's like the green thing. People are struggling right now. ULEZ, the green thing, rubbish. Concentrate on the cost of living. Howard Cox, thank you very much indeed.